So my Uber drive here, the driver, it's this Asian guy that picked me up. He as soon as I get in the car, he got it set on the hip hop station, and I mean that which is it's fine if that's what he listened to, you know. Uh, but you know, I I could tell by his demeanor and our interaction, or who knows, I could be wrong, you know. But people love to stereotype, you know. Oh, well, maybe I love country. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to listen to some classical. Or maybe I want to listen to hip hop. Who knows? You know what I mean? You should just fucking ask. That's how I feel. If I was an Uber driver, and I actually, let's be honest, it wasn't Uber, it was a Lyft driver. But I would ask. That's what I would do. You know, if someone got in my car, I'd be like, what you want to listen to? You know, what's your preferred, how would you, what do you want to listen to? Right? You know what I mean? Don't overcomplicate it. Just ask them, what do you want to listen to? You know, we listen to whatever you want to listen to, or we listening to nothing, and we can ride in silence. That's how I would do it. Another thing is, I'm a firm believer in that if you want to do something, you should do it, you know, or you should try or attempt to do it. And on this trip that I went, I have other people that are aspiring that wants to do, whether it be modeling or acting or whatever it may be, you know, and I'm always willing to bring people with, like, let's go, you know. But some people don't have that follow through, you know. They'll talk about it, they'll hype it up, you know, and they love talking about it. But when it comes to taking the risk to do it, they're not willing to do that. And, you know, that's unfortunate because life's too short for that, you know. So I'll say that, because this trip was amazing, you know. So follow your dreams, man. Do whatever you want to do in this life because we don't know how long we're going to be here. I'm drinking the finest shit ever made in that cup right there, okay? Yes. Water, okay? Man, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like it.
So like all these people that's waiting in line right here, I think there's some kind of premiere tonight. Because I tried to walk down that way and then they had it closed off. Like if you don't go any further that way, you gotta wait in line with all them.
So I got offered another role. It was out in Burbank. That's where they were shooting. But you know, I had to venture because I never really been to LA.
Just strolling down Hollywood Boulevard right now. A lot of hills. Just gonna do a little walking, you know. A little sunlight up before I head back. So just gonna wander around a little bit, see what I can check out.
So on this particular day, I was like, I just didn't buy anything from work, so there's no food in the house. So you know, I'm like, okay, I can either go out and eat, or I can cook. I made me a meal. I had some jambalaya. I used the Zatarain's mix. I didn't make it from scratch, but Zatarain's is cool. You could add a little slap your mama to it, add some Tony Chachere's, add some peppers and onions, uh, and it's good. You know, you just add whatever protein you want it. And then I made a lobster mac and cheese, you know. And the craziest thing, right? So I had a shit ton of cheese sitting in the refrigerator that I hadn't used for Thanksgiving. So it's brand new cheese. I ain't even opened it. Big ass bag. I'm like, yo, I gotta use this. So I'm walking past the cooler, the where the seafood is, and then I see whole lobster, you know. I'm like, okay, well, shit, let's make some lobster mac and cheese, you know, cut that up, sauteed it in garlic. I did Havarti American and cheddar cheese and the mac and cheese. Oh man, it was so good. And I made a salad. You know, you gotta have a salad. You gotta have greens. Okay, you need greens. So I always eat salad. It's my go-to. What I meant by all that is food prep doesn't take that long. So you just get it done. Um, so the ride. I am impressed with the BMW. And I must say, Uncle Gilbert, I get it now. This thing is nice. Definitely an ultimate driving machine. Hell yeah. Yeah, so one thing I just have to note, about the car. So if you synced it to the app, if you got the app for the BMW and you synced with it, you could put your destination in through that. And like I said, the car practically drove itself. I was just the human passenger, pretty much. I was amazed with the technology that they put in these fucking BMWs. Like, yeah, I was like, just blown away. I know I'm going on and on about the car, but damn, I was like, damn, it takes a lot to impress me, and I was fucking impressed. All right. The call time was 9:30. So the call time was 9:30, and she did give me the information late. When I got the time, I'm like, it's 5 hours now. I live 5 hours away. I live in Vegas. So that's why I need you to, get information early. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes, they, and I get it because they are used to working with people that live in LA. At the end of the day, you just got to do it, just try some shit. That's why we're here. That's why we live. That's the way I look at it. So I always push myself and challenge myself because it keeps me intrigued in life. Don't live for no one else. Live for yourself and let that shine off you and help others. But you have to take care of number one. Number one being yourself. Do what makes you happy. Otherwise, why are we doing this? That's that impulsive feel kicking in, So, but I'm not paying attention to the route. I'm just looking at the time, We in sports mode. I got the BMW. I'm like, we good. It don't matter. I can we gonna get this shit, right? So, I was going through a mountain. Literally went through a mountain. And that is some serious engineering, I must say, how they have that. But that was some of the scariest shit. Oh my goodness. On a mountain in mountainous terrain before. I've done it before, but I wasn't expecting that. I should have paid attention to the route more. And instead of just looking at the time it took. So, of course, I'm handling it, but then you have these Californians who they're used to this, like all these all this shit going around a fucking mountain. There's a damn cliff. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And you just gonna ride on my ass? Seriously? Like, I know I got this BMW, but I'm not driving like you, okay? I know I got sports mode on here and this shit. I ain't doing none of that, okay? Like, I really, I wasn't prepared to have to drive like that. I just wanted to cruise, So, I mean, these dudes are, just like, I'm like, and more power to you, that's what you like to do, good for you, me not so much, I'm more of a, simple route type person. I'll take the interstate next time, which I did coming back, I made sure, but, That was crazy. That definitely made it memorable for me. It's one of those find yourself moments. You know, I remember the record and everything that I was jamming to. I think I played the same song on that whole mountain because I was locked in. I'm just like, okay, don't fuck this up. We're dead. So, anyways, but so I arrive on set. I get there about 9, and the lady picks me up, and uh, just I love the ambiance, the people, you know, the different people that you get to meet that are in different walks of life, a wide variety of people, old people, white people, black people, Mexican people, um, just all having something in common, you know. We're all in this world while we're here for this script. And everyone is working and um, I'm a helper. Like, uh, if you move in this light, those lights are fucking heavy. I know that. So this little short girl, um, she was not the first AD. I think she was the second AD, but she's moving the light, and I'm like, oh, let me help you with that. She's like, oh, no, you're good. You're the talent. Well, I'm the talent. I'm like, you bumping my head up for like that. But all of these places, this is my third project that I've worked on. My second in California. So I did a music video for a rock band out here in Vegas uh, a week prior to doing this. But yeah, at all sets, I love the professionalism, just the sense of urgency, and you really have a newfound um, respect. At least I have a newfound respect for the people that do this. Whether actors in front and behind the camera, because it takes a lot of people to uh, entertain people. It takes a lot of people to entertain people. I even met this one dude that was a Crip, you know, and uh, he was just telling me about the culture and how things are out there, which is different. I'm not from here. You can tell by the way I'm dressed, but they don't know that. So he was like, so I'm asking questions, like, I'm just like, I'm out there like a reporter and shit. I'm asking questions. I'm like, so where's Skid Row? And then they looked at me. I was like, I'm just asking. I was like, I see some YouTube videos about Skid Row. I was just asking, you know. But the point was, at the end of the day, it's a respect thing. But don't do no dumb shit. Like, don't go places that you don't know and just think you can do whatever you want to do. Laws are different. The lifestyle's different. So I ask a lot of questions, and I definitely had to explore. I had to go to Hollywood though. I was out in Burbank, LA, Hollywood. I drove down Sunset. It was dope. It was dope. And
Man, I love how everything's outdoors. Like, even like this mall, all these stores, it's like in the middle of the mall. It's like everything's outdoors. Always in the high 60s, low 70s. So, fun fact that I learned while I was on set today. So,
beautiful place.
That lives with a smoker. If you want them to quit, move to Burbank, because they outlawed smoking in the whole city. Like, you can't even smoke outside. It's illegal. You can smoke on your private property, but the majority of people there don't smoke. They voted on it, and you can't smoke nowhere out there. Crazy, huh?
There, I just went out there by myself. And while we were on set, these people that I were meeting, like I said, I met one dude. He was a Crip. It was this older white guy. All these people, they're from California, So they're looking at me because they know I'm not from there. I didn't even know that you couldn't even smoke in Burbank, like at all. Not even outside. I'm like, damn. This is foreign to me, so. But that's crazy. Next time when I go, I'll plan it better. I'll get an Airbnb. I'll go out there for 2 or 3 days, and I'll plan it around working while I'm out there. Cause and that's one thing I loved about being in their presence. All these different people while we're engaging, because there's a lot of downtime. A lot of downtime. So, in some cases, some people may be just interacting with each other or going over their lines, but a lot of times they already know their lines, and I'm extras in a lot of these, like on this set, they bump me up and I got a talking role. And that's why, to tie that back into when I say people seize the moment, is I just signed up to be an extra, or applied to be an extra. And they was like, you know what? We're going to give you a line. I'm like, nice. So now I have that credit as well, which helps me further my career, and, it helps me get better at this. So I'm like a sponge while I'm around these people, I'm just, other than that line, I ain't do too much talking. I was just letting them talk, they telling me stories about how LA is and where to go, where not to go. So I definitely listen to them, and it's a nice place. I had to get a picture of this. What would you do if someone just dropped you off out here and then drove off? In the middle of the night. Crazy.